Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in. And let's start off with this tweet from Kevin Cage that we did talk about a little bit back in September, but I want to really kind of bring it back up because I want to talk about a few things in regards to this. And we do see XRP is still in the top 10, ranked by market cap, while facing the SEC for almost 2 years, delisted by most exchanges, launching new corridors, is 10 years old with zero downtime, hundreds of millions in funding for coming years, NFTs, smart contracts, auto market makers coming, CBDC pilots and partners with privacy features, hundreds of full-time employees, the most ridiculed and misunderstood project in the entire space, including the escrow feature. And yes, I completely agree with all of this. The funniest thing that I look at around this entire space is going back into the historical snapshots. First off, we go back to 2018, and I've shared this snapshot with you guys so many times. You look at XRP at number 2 at $130.8 billion in market cap during the time where $130.8 billion in market cap was almost like the equivalent of like $1 trillion in crypto. Because again, this is how small the entire crypto scene was during 2017 and 2018 in terms of money in. This was substantial, and this was a huge, and I'm talking about a huge move for something like XRP. And again, this thing had a ton of market dominance over the entire market. I think it was sitting at like 30-some% market dominance. That was absolutely insane because again, right now, as you do look at some of these tokens, Ethereum right now has about like 17.2% market dominance. Bitcoin, 39.9% market dominance. So for XRP to have that amount of dominance over the entire market, that's substantial. Now, with all of this in mind, when we really kind of look at things happening around XRP as well, the escrow feature is very understood. We do see over here from XRP_Crow status. We do see ultimately all of that escrowed XRP will be owned by institutions for nostril replacement as a bridge currency or potentially for other use cases. And we do see the quote down here as well. And also we do see over here, years ago, we put well over 90% of the XRP that Ripple owns into escrow accounts that we can't access. A lot of people think that this escrow is fully controlled by Ripple, but it's not. That's not the feature of the escrow. They cannot touch that. A lot of people think that the 1 billion that gets released each month is what they can access. That is a feature that is built into the system to release that escrow. That's as simple as it is. And also, when we go over here, we do see Ripple expects that escrow will increasingly be used for higher value on-ledger and cross-ledger atomic payments using the Interledger protocol. And we do see that quote down there from David Schwartz. Now, again, a lot of things have changed since 2020, but it is still very interesting to understand and really kind of know what the escrow actually means. The escrow is going to power major, and I'm talking about major feature opportunities around the financial sector, as well as use cases, other things like that. We talk about the nostril-vostro replacement. We talk about bridge currencies. All that kind of stuff is extremely highly lucrative, and I do think that that could unlock a major opportunity for XRP as well. But nonetheless, in terms of how strong XRP actually has, we could really kind of thank the utility cases behind it. Shout out to Michael Branch over on Twitter. We do see the Mexican exchange is Bitso. XRP has been the majority of volume on the exchange consistently since March of this year. This is unusual as nearly every exchange has Bitcoin as the plurality of its volume. And we do see people actually use XRP for cross-border payments as well, which we already knew. But this is a breakdown from Blockworks. We do see Q&A, Keiko, research analyst on Ripple's legal troubles and XRP's rally. And we do see down here, one last quote, what have we seen with XRP in terms of price action? What does this signal? And they do talk about the catalyst events behind it. There's a massive catalyst behind it, which is, of course, the court, disclosures, filings, all those things that are, really in-depth on what's going to be happening around the case going forward as well. Like, they do discuss a few things that are happening. There's a bunch of dates to look forward to and all that kind of stuff, which we have been on top of. But we also do see down here, XRP has seen legit organic growth in the Mexican market, which at the time was the majority of its volume, which is super unusual. The Mexican exchange is Bitso, and XRP has been the majority of the volume on the exchange consistently since March of this year. And they do talk about how, it's been overshadowing Bitcoin, which is extremely, bullish, I would say, when we look at going back to, again, 2018, how close XRP was to flipping Bitcoin. It was even closer than Ethereum was during this run-up recently. I do think that XRP could make a ton of noise. I mean, a lot of people expect XRP to flip Bitcoin at some point in time. Is that going to be the case? We don't know, but it is going to be a very interesting topic, to say the least, once it does happen, or if it does happen, or anything close to that. But I do think that the case is going to be the biggest catalyst event around XRP's price movement. Everyone has their own ideas. It could be a 50-50. It could astronomically increase the price, or we could even have a sell the news event. But Bitso is the exchange that they were talking about in terms of most of the volume coming from XRP. Here it is, sitting at number 68 at about $25 million in 24-hour volume, about 282,000 weekly visits as well. If you click it, you can see that the number one token is XRP. And you can see all of the volume. The volume is about 2.7 million here, but then we also do see XRP, and this is with the MXN currency pair, about 14.7 million. If you go and look at the top, here it is, overshadowing Bitcoin. Most of, if not all of the volume, I mean, it's like 60% of the volume on this exchange is XRP. This is insane. XRP is being utilized. XRP is a token that many individuals look for remittances, cross-border payments, all of that. We even do see down here, like, people actually use XRP for cross-border payments, remittances, and these types of transactions. I was pretty surprised to see that the liquidity is still really good on the world's biggest exchanges. There hasn't been any noticeable disadvantage relative to the industry benchmark. And again, the facts are in, right? People are utilizing XRP as a currency, right? It is proven, it has been proven, and I do believe that this is actually very lucrative for XRP as well, because it proves the use case behind it. It proves that XRP is here to stay. Listen, people are going to utilize XRP for transactions just simply because it makes sense, not only financially, but efficiently as well. And it's very exciting to see that. But also, around this entire SEC lawsuit, I think that we are on the brink of a major change. And I think that it will happen in the next coming months. A lot of people have expected 2 to 9 months, which I think is a good time frame. But we do see the SEC versus Ripple. It's a cutting-edge industry-defining case. It's going to be presidential, not just for Ripple, but for the entire crypto industry. And I do completely agree with this. I think that when we really kind of look at this entire SEC lawsuit, the biggest thing around this that will fuel the price action of XRP, like, I don't doubt that we will see a major sell-off eventually around that major announcement, because again, that's how everything works around this market. But what we will see after is a steady increase in value for XRP, and I think that's going to increase. It could be steady, it could be fast, it could be whatever the case may be, but I do think that it is going to have this almost continuous up game, because, again, it's the only topic that will have regulatory clarity, one, right? It's going to be the only token that is going to have this global expansion use case to be utilized for on-demand liquidity, major, we'll talk about major opportunities within the cross-border payment sector, because it's going to be fully disrupting that area. We've talked about that on many occasions. It's a $156 trillion market right now. By 2027, they are saying it's like a roughly $250 trillion market. It's huge. Absolutely huge. And we have seen Ripple continuously making noise and continuously moving within that area, and I do think that XRP is going to play a pivotal role within that area. Now, with all of that in mind, right, when we look at the price of XRP, a lot of people have asked me, where do you think that the settlement price could very well push XRP? Well, first off, I will say this. Right now, as we do look at XRP's price action, I have been looking at a few levels to buy this thing, and I've been eyeing this nice fib level down here at about the 382 at about 41.5 cents. So that is the golden area for me. And if we do lose it, I will be buying this range down here at about 33 or 32.5 cents to about 38 cents. I still am looking at that area. We definitely do see the on-balance volume changing a little bit down here in terms of really kind of dropping. But nonetheless, we are here to look at the upside. So again, I've shared with you guys on multiple occasions where I believe that XRP could go. Within the $8.33 zone, to anywhere above like $26. And I've eyed a few levels here as well in between. The funniest thing, or I should say the most interesting thing, let me open up two new images here, and let's go over to the XRP dominance chart, because I want to look at this side by side and really kind of show you guys something very interesting. So when we go and look back in the past, what I was really kind of showing you guys was just how insane of a move XRP did during 2017-2018 when it nearly hit the same exact prices of Bitcoin. And it was actually not even during the same time frame as the snapshot. It was during roughly May. So let's go back to the May time frame of 2017. And I just want to show you this real quick. So we'll say the week of May 14th. So here we have it. So XRP at this time was trading at about $8.4 billion. The week after it, we do see it trading at about $12.9 billion. So the top three tokens here were Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And you can see that XRP and Ethereum were kind of battling each other during this entire time. You could kind of see that XRP was still kind of trailing behind it until the next coming weeks, where it was really kind of gaining some momentum during the fall time frame. That's when it really kind of started to break out. As you guys do see here, a lot of money was trickling down within the market to Bitcoin Cash, all that kind of stuff, and then money started to trickle back into XRP, where it ultimately started to not only gain value over all of these other major tokens, but it also flipped Ethereum eventually. But nonetheless, what we are really kind of looking at is May of 2017. So during May of 2017, we didn't do anything too crazy. What ended up happening during this time was this huge breakout that started back in April, actually, of 2017. And it continued to go even higher. And it hit about like 25 some cents during this time. But what's very interesting is how high the dominance chart went, because again, I always share with you guys that dominance is just the amount that a token has in terms of percentage of the market cap over the entire crypto market. And this did hit about 32%. Now, I'm not expecting it to hit 32% anytime soon, but we'll say mathematically, if we're looking at crypto hitting, okay, we'll say $10 trillion in market cap, right? And we'll say even if it's hitting 5%, which, by the way, the reason why I go off of 5% is because we recently seen that back in November of 2020. It's the earliest time that we have, and it even outreached to about 6% as well. It's the earliest time in this market that we have before the SEC lawsuit officially got announced. Now, what's very interesting about that 6%, and if we did do the math correctly, it's about $600 billion worth of market cap for XRP. Now, at $600 billion worth of market cap for XRP, if we did hit about 6% during, we'll say, the next major bull cycle, when most of the crypto is sitting at about like $10 trillion in full global market cap wise. So we're talking about the entire crypto market being worth $10 trillion. And if XRP is still in the top 10, which I assume that it will be, and it does get 6% market dominance, it's the only token that has regulatory clarity, it's being adopted fully, on-demand liquidity is going absolutely crazy. Well, $600 billion would put it perfectly right between the 1272 and the 1414 at about $12. And we actually have the full on breakdown over here. Here's the $600 billion market cap sitting at about $12.03. Now, again, this is not taking into accountability the entire supply or anything like that. At the total supply out there, it would technically be sitting at $6, but we know that the full supply is not going to be out there. But that is why we have been eyeing this, 1272 to the 1414 level. Now, you might be questioning as well, like, okay, well, what if we actually do get to 13 to 30% or anything like that over the market dominance? Well, if that's the case, then prepare to retire, because then we go much higher. I mean, technically speaking, at 6% alone, of market dominance, at $600 billion, at 12 some dollars, a lot of individuals out there will most likely be retiring. You got to remember that from the low that we recently hit to, we'll say like the $13 range, because we'll most likely outreach a little bit, this would be a 45x opportunity, which is still very good for a blue chip token like XRP. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.